I'm joined today with Millicent Green-Polvic, and she's going to field some of our Social Security disability questions. You ready?
I am.
All right, well, talk to me about the 55 rule.
So the 55 rule, what we call the 55 rule, is actually called the medical vocational guidelines. So normally with Social Security rules, you have to show that you are not able to perform the work you've done in the past or any other work, so that you couldn't adapt to like lighter work, like sedentary work. But the medical vocational guidelines are if you have certain factors that you meet, like your work experience, your age, and your education, then you may be just considered disabled at a certain age category. So 50 is the first age category, then 55, and then 60, approaching advanced age, or approaching retirement age is over 60. So the rules get a little bit easier with each change in the age category from 50 to 55 to 60. And basically, you don't have to show that you couldn't adapt to other work as long as you don't have transferable skills from the work that you've done in the past. And that means skills that you've learned in the job that then would change your ability to do other jobs. So you learn those skills and then you could adapt to other work easier. So if you don't have transferable skills with the work that you've done, or if your work has been unskilled, then you're likely to meet that grid rule, which is what we call it at age 55.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, that kind of leads us into our next question. We've got a caller that says that they've done carpentry their entire life and they can't use both their hands now. Should they file for disability?
Well, that certainly could be something that would be considered disabling. In all jobs with Social Security, we have to show that you have to have bilateral manual dexterity in order to perform your jobs. So that means that you need to be able to use both hands to grasp and manipulate objects. If you have been a carpenter, then you're going to be doing a lot of grasping and manipulating objects, so you would not be able to perform your work if you can't use both of your hands adequately or at least frequently throughout the day for 2/3 of the day. So if you have serious issues or severe issues with using both hands, whether that's carpal tunnel, if you've had joint replacement surgeries, or just neuropathy in both hands and you're not able to perform your job, that certainly can be a characteristic or that you would be considered disabled based just on your hands.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So the next person says they were told that they don't have enough quarters. What can they do?
So quarters refers to, or sometimes we call them credits. You earn 1 credit for every quarter of coverage under Social Security's rules. So what that means, in order to be considered disabled or to be eligible for disability under the disability insurance benefits rule, then you have to have worked 5 out of the last 10 years or earned 20 out of the last 40 credits. So for 2025, just to give you an idea, you earn a credit each quarter if you earn 1810 in that quarter. So your earnings have to be at least 1810 to get that 1 quarter of coverage. If you earn more than that, then you don't get more than 1 quarter, it's just that 1 credit. You can earn 4 credits in a year, and you don't have what that means is you don't have to work 5 years continuously, but it can be 5 years throughout the 10-year period. But you have to have that in order to be insured for disability benefits. So if you've had a period where you've been off work for whatever reason, or you've worked part-time, then you may not be insured for disability benefits. What you can do to get more quarters of coverage is to return to work, even if it's just for 1 or 2 quarters. So if you're just a couple quarters short or a couple credits short, that's an easy fix. But if you are quite a few credits short, then that's several years of work that you would need in order to become insured for disability benefits.
Gotcha. That's good information. I think some of us are like, especially if you work, take a little time off, and then you go back, you're unsure.
Yes, and there are many reasons you could be off work that are not disabling, so that definitely plays into it.
Well, we've got several more questions. Will you hang around till after the break for me and
I will.
answer some more?
Thank you.
All right. You guys come right back after this.